First opened in 1975, resurrected in 2006, we welcome you inside the Caesars Superdome, the home of the Saints, here in downtown New Orleans. The veteran Brandon McManus ready to kick this one off. And off we go from the Superdome. This one fielded at the 15. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. In motion is Hill. Open man, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Carr working out of the gun. And it's a reception for Taysom Hill. Look at the big guy rumble. And he's going to be marked down, bringing it all the way to the 25-yard line.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
In motion is Hill. First carry now for Alvin Kamara. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Second down and 8. From the shotgun, it's Carr. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete. Chris Olave, the intended receiver. And it's going to be 3rd down.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Carr from the gun on 3rd down. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Here's Carr. And he cannot get the throw off. He's going to be sacked. And they will turn it over on downs.
Well, Mike, it's pretty clear early in this game the message they want to send is we are going to be aggressive on offense. And that's exactly what they did there, going for it on 4th down early. But it's the defense that comes through and forces the turnover on downs.
He's to midfield. A big run. They finally get to him and bring him down.
Well, I'm not sure you're going to find a better example of just pure speed in the open field than that run right there. I mean, when he got past the first wave, you got the sense that he might just be able to outrun everybody on the field.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Once again, it's Jacobs. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Let's give some love to the big guys up front here, Mike. The offensive line is looking good here early to start the game. Couple nice big explosive runs. Expect them to continue to lean on the big guys up front as the rest of this game unfolds.
He'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And the defense was ready for him this time. Did not have the same room to run. That one's no gain. So that'll do it for a fast-moving first quarter of play. What will the second quarter have in store? More from New Orleans after this. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun. It's Love. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Love. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
And he pulled it left. No good. And this will remain a scoreless ball game.
Well, no excuses here, Mike. This is pretty clear. He just flat out pulled it and winds up missing it wide left.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. To throw is Carr. To the left side, in the hands of Hill. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a 1st down.
This is a great opportunity now for the offense to really seize control of this game. They just saw their opponent miss a field goal try, come out aggressive on the ensuing possession, strike deep early. Now see if they can put this drive together and end it with some points.
1st down throw for Carr. Crushed, it's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
Let's give credit to that pass rush for making their presence felt, and although it didn't result in a sack, it's the disruption of the timing that's just enough to force that incompletion.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Carr. He's going to air this one out. Looking for Hill. And he's out of bounds. Mark him down right at the 10-yard line. That is a big gainer for the Saints. An even 40 yards. They'll have to go the full 10 yards. It's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Kamara. And he will score. Alvin Kamara. Touchdown Saints. Blake Grupe comes on for the extra point. He gets it to go. And the Saints will take a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. And no chance to return this one. Zone for a touchback. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
Two minutes remaining. First half in a 7-0 game. We're back to New Orleans after this. Love to throw it on first down. That'll be caught. It's Josh Jacobs. Now inside the 25. And he will score. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Green Bay. What a pretty touchdown that was. Nothing looks nicer than a well set up screen, and that was executed to perfection.
Mike, the key to any successful screenplay is the timing between the offensive lineman getting out and where the running back is when he catches it. You'll see it here played out perfectly. He gets the escorts out in front of him, gets the key blocks he needs, all the way down for 6.
We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. On first down, Carr. Throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
He'll look middle here. It's caught by Hill. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Valdez Scantling on the move. On 1st and 10, Carr. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Carr now. Now he'll run with it. He runs with it.
That's a good effort here by the quarterback. He does the wise thing. He picks up all he can, all while protecting himself. He hightails it out of bounds. Positive gain. 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 6. Now Carr. Now he'll tuck it and run. And that's going to be incomplete, but there's a penalty flag on the field. We'll let the officiating crew sort this one out. First and 10. To throw, it's Carr. And that one incomplete. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, the one he was looking for. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
The whole idea of that short pass is designed to get the ball into the hands of the receiver in space and let him do the rest after the catch. But the key word there, Mike, is get the ball into the hands of the receiver. He doesn't secure the catch, so there is no run after.
Carr now on 2nd down. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays. But I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
So, after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. Carr to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half. Here's Blake Grupe for the Saints, a field goal try. This will be from 47 yards. The Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. Here comes Blake Grupe for this field goal try. This one from 47 yards out. And that is no good. He missed it. And the score remains tied at 7.
Man, that would have been such a nice boost for this group going into halftime. The snap was good. The hold was good. He just couldn't quite get it through the uprights.
Love to throw on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end. All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us. here on EA Sports. Could not ask for more from that first half. All even as we begin quarter number 3. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. He's going to have a Packers first down as he gets this up past the 40-yard line.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
The man in motion is Watson. On 1st and 10, here's Love. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
Man, what a big-time play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
A 2nd down throw for Love. That's to the right side and incomplete. Christian Watson, the intended receiver. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
3rd and long. Here's Love. And that is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. In motion is Hill. He lets one go. Looking for Shaheed.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
Now a give running left with Kamara. And he'll find some space, taking it for 6 out to the 26-yard line. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Shaheed in motion. They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that first down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
Carr now to throw on 1st down. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
Second down, Carr. And that one just kept getting worse and worse until finally they bring him down.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Throwing is Carr. He's got his man. That's Olave. And they're going to move the ball all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Couple of first downs has them out to the 45-yard line as it's 1st and 10. Now he takes off. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They face 2nd down and 7. They'll go play action with Carr. The reception for Rashid Shaheed. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
On the give, this is Kamara. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll go again here with Kamara. With good blocking leading the way. He's got the first down inside the 25. Now a toss, running left with Kamara. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. It is 2nd and a yard. Here's Kamara. And he will have the first down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains. They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. Kamara. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
Now 2nd and inches. It's the quarterback with the sneak. Looking for that crease inside, and that did not break the play. No doubt about it. They are going to mark him short.
Pretty curious decision there, Mike, to go quarterback sneak on 2nd down. It's typically something that we see on 3rd and 4th down. But in this case, the play caller wanted to convert this first down, don't leave anything to chance, and he's able to get a fresh set of downs.
They'll go with the sneak. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play. Certain quarterbacks have a knack for that, and he finds the space to get in the end zone for the touchdown, Greg.
Yeah, just a good old-fashioned quarterback sneak. Kind of a play that's taken the league by storm. Not necessarily the tush-push like we see up in Philly, but just as effective here, Mike.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. For the return, it's Keyshawn Nixon. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And this throw batted away and incomplete. Caden Reed was the intended target. It's 2nd down.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else.
Olsen and Evo, the good coverage. Gets his hand in there to knock it away.
So now after that last incompletion, this brings up a critical 3rd down. But remember, Mike, they don't have to get it all here in one play. They've got 3rd and 4th down. There's no punt, there's no kick. They've got to treat this like it's their final possession of the game, and they've got 2 downs to extend this drive.
That is incomplete. So the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
And that's what you call a wasted series. They come out here and they decide we're just going to air it out first, second, third down. All 3 incompletions, and now it brings up 4th down. And barring some crazy decision here to keep your offense on the field, you're going to find yourself right back on the sideline.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. He's going to look downfield once again. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down. They'll have it by a lot. It turns out to be a big gainer on 4th down.
Some teams just have a stronger appetite for being willing to go for 4th down tries, even on their side of the field, Mike, and we're seeing it so much more often. The days of just punting the ball back and forth and saying, hey, we're going to play good defense. Remember, the better your defense, that doesn't mean you should punt. The better your defense, the more chances you should take on offense.
Here we go. One final play. He's going to dial up another deep ball. And that is incomplete. They took the end zone shot of the final play. It's a heartbreaking finish, as this one will come to an end. So this one, a win for the Saints. And it was their defense that led the way as they pitched a shutout in the second half. No points allowed, and they cruised to victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Saints are winners, as we say so long from New Orleans. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Twin Cities and U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, the home of the Vikings. The kicker, Blake Grupe, set to start it. And off we go from Minneapolis. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. Now here's Aaron Jones. And a nice run to start out. 6 yards on the first play of the game. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. Taking this one downfield for Hawkinson.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong. Let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
Here's 2nd and 2. In motion is Hill. Brought in by Chris Olave. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
This is a great example, Mike, of just how effective it is when you're efficient on early downs throwing the ball. I mean, when you can pick up first downs without getting to 3rd down, as the game unfolds, things just get easier and easier. Take what the defense is giving you. Don't force the ball downfield. But when you can stay ahead of the chains without having to get to 3rd and have it plays, that's when an offense is really firing.
And that'll be a pickup of 3. 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Here's Carr. His pass taken in by Shaheed. And he is out of bounds all the way down at the 30-yard line. That'll be a gain of 20, much of it coming after the catch as they pick up the first down. A run here with Kamara. That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3. Blake Cashman up from the linebacker's spot to make the tackle. They're going to go right back to Kamara. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
Carr from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range. So, not much to speak of in terms of scoring in that first quarter of play. 0-0 is the score. More from the Twin Cities in a moment. It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. Back is Carr. And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for it on 4th and long will end up in a turnover on downs.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down. But this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
Now here's another ball that's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Howden. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the 3rd or 4th read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position, jumped that route, challenged the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
A pickup there of 13. First down, New Orleans.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Play action now. It's Carr. He's going to keep it himself.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
It's a give now to Kamara. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. That's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
He manages to get the throw away and completes it.
I don't think we all appreciate enough just how difficult it is to throw on the run. The technique, the arm strength, the accuracy, all of those things on complete display on that first down pass.
Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Kamara. And he's into the end zone. Alvin Kamara. Touchdown, New Orleans.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he will only be able to muster the 20-yard line on that return. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. That's into the hands of Aaron Jones. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode. And that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
Wow, they are moving the ball to start this drive. 21 on that play. Darnold now on 1st and 10. And that ball incomplete.
This is a pass that just needs to be completed, Mike. The opportunity was there. His guy was open. They ran out of room a little bit there on the sideline. Couldn't quite get the ball up and down fast enough and ends up being thrown out of bounds.
Quick throw here is complete. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
He'll get rid of it and complete it. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be
under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. From back at the 13-yard line, it is 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
Line of scrimmage, the 2-yard line. It's 3rd down and goal. They'll try and throw. Here's Darnold. And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by the We welcome you to the Heartland, 7 miles from downtown Kansas City. GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium for more than a half-century. The home of the Kansas City Chiefs. The kicker, Blake Groupie, set to start it. And off we go here at Arrowhead. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll run with the former 7th-round draft pick, Isaiah Pacheco. And a big run right out of the blocks. He gets forward for 9 on the first play of the game. On 2nd down, Mahomes. He finds DeAndre Hopkins for the catch. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And he kept that play alive as long as he could, but the rush eventually gets to him and takes him down.
And I like the idea of moving the pocket. It makes it harder for the defense to rush the passer, but you have to account for the end man on the line of scrimmage, and that guy's job is to set an edge. Nobody gets outside of me. In this case, the quarterback. You've got to be better protecting your edges anytime you put your quarterback on the move.
And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Xavier Worthy there. 3rd down coming up.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Throwing at the start. Here's Carr. That'll be caught downfield. It's Valdez-Scantling. He's inside the 30. And he will dive into the end zone. 77 yards. Touchdown, New Orleans. Groupie able to add the extra point. The Saints will take a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
And this is where the quarterback's improv skills really kind of come into play. The ability to play off-platform, throw from different arm angles. It's something that we're seeing a lot play out across the league. And yes, you have to throw from a spot in the middle of the pocket. But if you can only do that, it's hard to play quarterback in today's NFL.
And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
And I think this is going to be a matchup they exploit the rest of the game. They go to it here early to test it. And I think with those results, it's something they should continue to come back to, because I'm not sure the defense has a matchup for that running back.
Open man is Hopkins. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. He'll get 4 and down inside the 20-yard line. 3rd down, 3 to go. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. We are through 1. The Saints out on top. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. They can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. He pulls it in around the 5. He is in. Hollywood Brown. Touchdown, Chiefs.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10. In motion is Hill. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
I think that play probably results in a completion if that protection just holds up a little bit longer. It was that initial pressure in the face of the quarterback that forced him to get rid of that ball a little bit earlier than he wanted. Disrupts that timing, ruins the play.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Carr. This throw right side is caught by Hill. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. To throw, it's Carr. He's got the connection there to Valdez-Scantling.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
On first down, Carr. That's caught by Hill. And they'll get about half of what they needed It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Two minutes to play. First half, all tied at 7. We'll return to Arrowhead after this. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Now, Carr. Pushed out to his right. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for 3rd down and 5. Carr to throw. This one intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And he's going to give a short field to his offense here as they try to break the tie.
Mike, there's usually such a...
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Crescent City of New Orleans and the Caesars Superdome, the home of the Saints. Here is Cam Little, ready to get this thing started. And off we go from the Superdome. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. In motion is Hill. He's going to air one out right away. That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on 1st down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier.
To the left side, in the hands of Hill. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
On 1st and 10, Carr. The reception for Rashid Shaheed. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
You can't run plays like this, Mike, if you don't have incredible pass protection. I mean, he started on the left side of the formation, and look how far he had to go across the field before that ball was caught. That's going to take time. That's going to take a lot of trust in that quarterback, in his protectors, to know he can stand tall in that pocket and wait for his receiver to break open.
Carr now to throw on 1st down. That one into the hands of Hill. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains. So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan. And then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man. And it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Kamara. It'll be a pickup of 10. It's good for a Saints 1st down.
Each week coming into the game, every team in the league, Mike, places a huge emphasis on success on their opening drive. But the key to that is sustaining possession, converting on 3rd down. It's exactly what they were able to do here, keeping the ball on the ground.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. On the handoff, running left, it's Kamara. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
You can see the confidence that this play caller has on his opening script. This is a textbook drive here to start the game. Nice job there by the back with a big gain. Sets up 1st and goal.
This has been a solid opening drive. They're knocking on the door. 1st and goal. They'll run here with Kamara. And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Alvin Kamara. Touchdown, Saints. Blake Groupie comes on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Saints will take a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Right to the air goes Lawrence. That's into the hands of Travis Etienne. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. On the ground, here's the Clemson product, Travis Etienne. And he'll take this up, working towards the first down mark. He gets 5, but is just a little short of the first down. To throw is Lawrence. Open man, that's Duvernay. And he'll be taken down, and that's going to do it. That's the last play of the first quarter. Lawrence gives this one to Etienne. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for second down and 4. They'll run it once more with Etienne. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. That's Chase Young off the edge with the tackle. They'll try and run for the first with Etienne. They put Strange in motion. On first and 10, Lawrence. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete. Evan Ingram, the intended target. And it'll be second down.
Let's make no mistake about it, Mike. I mean, this passing game, it just has not been very efficient here in the first half. I mean, they've produced more yards on the ground than through the air, and incompletions like that certainly aren't going to help.
They'll try again here, second and 10. Duvernay in motion. Lawrence now on second down. Now a screen set up for Etienne. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down. The tight end, Ingram, is on the move. On third down, here's Etienne. 2 minutes remaining. First half in a 7-0 game. We're back to New Orleans after this. Lawrence now to throw on first down. He'll drop this for Etienne. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's second and 6. Lawrence now. Duvernay with the grab. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He's going to run it.
The best quarterbacks don't see the rush, they feel the rush, and that's exactly what this guy was able to do here. He's able to escape the initial pressure and immediately realizes, I got some space out in front of me. Picks up a solid gain here on first down.
Second down, Lawrence. That's complete to Etienne. This drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up first and goal for his team.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a...
And he's in! Brian Thomas. Touchdown, Jaguars.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. On the return, it's Rashid Shaheed. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. First down throw for Carr. Now he'll run with it. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
Believe it or not, Mike, there are quarterbacks in the league that would rather take a sack than throw a ball away. Remember, that affects their completion percentage. So kudos to him for not being selfish, and I promise you that offensive line, they're taking note.
Carr now on second down. This one complete to Hill. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
To throw is Carr. That'll be caught. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
We tend to make NFL offense very complicated, Mike, but sometimes it's as simple as this. Get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and just let them do the rest.
Valdez-Scantling on the move. Now, a second down throw from Carr. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
One of those plays where you like the idea, you just don't like the execution. I didn't feel the quarterback was overly comfortable in the pocket. Footwork a little bit sloppy. All of a sudden now the pass is a little less accurate and an opportunity for a big shot. You end up falling short.
Carr now. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end. Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. I think we're going to play a big role in who wins this one. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The drive begins with a carry from Etienne. And their woes in the running game continue. He's going to be taken down behind the line. They put Strange in motion. Once again, it's Etienne. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. Willie Gay with the stop. They need 8 as they come up for third down. In motion comes Thomas. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. And that is incomplete. Trying to get it to Travis Etienne that time. And it's going to lead to fourth down.
And barring an aggressive decision here on fourth down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single first down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
In motion comes Thomas. Lawrence throwing on fourth down. That's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Demario Davis. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
Well, Mike, I think it's pretty clear what the message was by this head coach at halftime. He said, listen, guys, we're behind. We're trailing. We're going to come out early in this second half and be aggressive from the get-go and cut into this deficit. But oftentimes, reckless decision-making, over-aggressive play calling leads to turnovers. Now, this defense finds themselves heading back out onto the field a little earlier than expected, but they need to hold serve and keep this score right where it is. You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
And the Saints are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Sudden change, so you find yourself defensively a little bit on your heels. Your offense just turned the ball over, and now you've got to go out and make a stand. Well,
and he will drive his way into the end zone. Derek Carr, touchdown, New Orleans. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field and results in a nice touchdown.
After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. In motion comes Thomas. They'll give it to ETN to start this drive. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. Now 2nd down throw for Lawrence. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
A 1st down throw for Lawrence. A pass complete to the tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line. On 1st down, Lawrence. That's going to be incomplete, and the clock will stop. Likely one more play in this 3rd quarter.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
ETN. Looked like a lateral there, but now it's a free football. The Saints have got it. Past the 40. Inside the 20. And he returns this all the way. Touchdown, Saints. And a terrific play for the defense to come up with the score that, Greg, extends their lead and really hurts the offense's momentum.
Mike, it's hard enough in this league when you find yourself trailing in the second half to be able to battle yourself back and try to end up winning this game. But when you have turnovers like that, that not only then extend the lead, it just makes that even a taller task.
So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The tight end, Ingram, is on the move. On the handoff, it's Etienne. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. The tight end, Ingram, is on the move. Now Lawrence on the bootleg. This is intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
So all game, we've seen him take the approach as just being a game manager. But one thing you have to do if that's the case is you have to protect the ball. You can't turn the ball over, especially if you're struggling to push the ball downfield. He got a little reckless that time, and the defense made him pay.
They'll run on first down with Kamara. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll go again here with Kamara. Oh, big hole left side. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
2-possession lead, 4th quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stopping it.
On first down, they'll stay with Kamara on the ground. Not much happening there, just a short game. And now we'll get a timeout by the defense. So the clock stops with 1:50 left in the game. Here's a 2nd and 9. In motion is Hill. They're going to go right back to Kamara. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. Now a timeout for Jacksonville. Their 2nd. We'll talk things over before 3rd down. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. Here's a toss to the right for Kamara. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's 4th down.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
Groupie's kick is good. And the Saints will add to their lead here in the fourth quarter.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And this one is fielded in the end zone. Will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. Throwing is Lawrence. He'll let one go deep for Kirk. Oh, the struggles continue. Another interception. Picked off by Jordan Howden. And the Saints will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Frankly, Mike, a disaster. And I don't know how else to classify it. I mean, that's now 5 turnovers, 3 coming through the air. You're just not going to win games at this level playing and giving the ball away.
On first down, they'll start out with Kamara. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. They'll go play action with Carr. The coverage too good downfield. They'll wind up taking him down. So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. He'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter. So this one, a win for the Saints. And it was their defense that led the way as they pitched a shutout in the second half. No points allowed, and they cruised to victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Saints are winners, as we say so long from New Orleans.